Tired of helping your team? Ganking them 100 times and they still get solo killed right after? Well, you came to the right place. Introducing Graves. Graves can AFK farm the entire game and run over the enemy team with brute force. So today, we will be watching the best Graves player in the world. This Chinese streamer is the top 1 Graves in China. He hit Legend with 76% win rate last season, which is even higher than my win rate of 74%, and he did it in a much harder server. This season, he's in an absolute rampage, destroying solo queue. So let's see how he does it. Okay, so starting off with his runes, he's actually running Conqueror, the double Hunter runes, and Mastermind. So this is more of a solo queue rune setup. He's trying to abuse the enemy players to stack up his hunters quickly and then have insane lifesteal and CC. So judging by the enemy team, they don't have an insane amount of CC, but the Hunter Titan is still good. So he's versus Vine, the jungle. Ashkan versus Morgana mid. So Ashkan is gone. He could be doing a level 2 invade on red buff. That's a pretty common thing that Ashkan players do. No, he's actually roaming bot lane level 2. Oh, he actually manages to get a kill. That's massive. So yeah, this is a common cheese that Ashkan players do because his first ability pushes the wave in so fast. He's able to just immediately roam. And he actually gets a kill, which is massive for him. So looking at the lane matchups, like I said, mid is it's losing. Ashkan will have the advantage over Morgana. Top lane is also losing. Shen is not going to be able to beat a set. His bot lane should be winning. Karma has a very strong early game. Zaya is quite strong early game. Nami and Vayne are not going to be able to outmatch them. Definitely not on the push. So he should be playing around bot lane. Especially considering Shen has ult and he can always join the fight. But from this guy's playstyle, and again, this guy's the best Graves in the world, he farms a lot. He's not a ganker. He doesn't care so much about ganking as getting himself ahead. Okay, so he has 8 stacks of his 30 ability passive, which is very important for these early skirmishes. Seems like he's not going to be able to contest that though because his mid laner just doesn't have the priority. But yeah, it's super important in Graves to always keep up your 30 abilities passive going. It gives you a lot of armor and really helps with these early skirmishes. So he's going to go up to the top scuttle since he wasn't able to secure the bot one. Now, like I said before, this guy just farms the entire game and then he gets so strong that he just stat checks everyone with Graves. That's the playstyle he goes for and he's really good at it. Is he not gonna get the scuttle? Oh wait, Seth got the scuttle. Okay, that's a bit of a mistake from him. He thought red buff would finish it off, and maybe it would have, but Seth probably just walked up and used his second ability and killed it. Yeah, so his bot lane is already winning the 2v2. Oh, I guess Shen ulted to help them out. Yeah, but they won the 2v2. It's exactly what should be happening. She could go top to cover instead of doing Krugs here, but he just wants to get his farm. This is gonna give him his level 5 as well. He's kiting the camp. Yeah, he's doing a standard full clear. No early game ganks. The thing is, Graves doesn't even have the best ganks. He has 1 CC spell, which is a slow. It's his second ability. It's honestly not the best CC spell for ganking. And his dash is quite small. But you see he has 8 stacks of his passive. And he's keeping it up in case Vi's here. In case there's a fight about to happen, he's always keeping his 3rd ability stacks up. Which is what you should be doing with Graves. So he's probably going to go for the Yomus first. That's what I've seen him do recently. He will either go Yomus or Black Cleaver, and then he's going to go into his Bloodthirster. But he's recently been choosing to go Yomus. Okay, he's going to he just keeps clearing his jungle. Not a worry in the world. I mean, the only lane that you could realistically gank is mid lane if Morgana lands her first ability, but even that would be hard. Because his lanes just don't have good setup. Like, ganking Vayne Nami is pretty much impossible unless they engage first. Vayne with her ulti and her dashes, Nami with her ult. Yep, there's a little skirmish happening. See how he has 6 stacks on his 3rd ability. He has so much extra armor now in these fights. Okay, the enemies are getting a little greedy diving, and he's gonna clean them up. Yeah, just look how tanky he is. Vayne is just all attacking him and not doing damage. Oh, he's exhausted. He misses the ult, or was he trying to get the Ashkan with the ult? Anyway, he gets the Vayne. So he gets 3 kills from that, which is massive. It's a very big lead for him. He's able to finish his Yomus. He has boots from the previous pack. Let's see how he plays the objectives. Okay, so he's running bot side. So maybe he'll play for Dragon. It's smart to play for Dragon if you have a Shen, because he can always join the fight while split pushing top. But Shen doesn't have ult. It's Infernal Dragon too. Yeah, it looks like they're gonna contest it for sure. This could be a bad fight for them. Okay, they're poking down with Morgana and Karma, which is good. Oh, that's a big bubble. But there's no follow-up on that. Okay, they're able to secure the dragon. Let's see what they do in the fight. Yeah, there's definitely a misplay from Sad and Vi. They should have definitely gone in on that big bubble. Oh, and he's just able to clean them up. He's keeping up his stacks. He has 4 stacks right now, and he's third ability. Oh, that's very aggressive. Like, he's just stat checking the enemies. He just gets stacks on his third ability and just dashes in front of them and just stat checks them. Okay, he seems like he's gonna go base. I wanna see what boots he gets here. He's not gonna get boots yet. He's gonna go for the Vamp Scepter. I mean, realistically, he doesn't need to get boots, especially because he has the movement speed from Yomus, so he can kind of wait. But I want to see what boots he gets. I would guess Omnivamp, since the enemies don't have like that much CC. But he could actually, he could definitely go Ninja Tabi or steel-plated steel caps, since the enemies do have a lot of old attackers. Okay, his team got a bit caught. Shen got caught, but they traded 1 for 1. Let's see how he plays this Herald fight. Oh, they're all so low. He's not gonna be able to get any. Oh, almost got Vayne. Yeah, and it seems like he dies here. That was a very weird fight from them. They weren't really fighting together. They were very split. Oh, no, if Xayah just sat in the Twilight thing, Shen could have blocked the auto attack and she would have probably lived. Oh, I'm not sure if he's flaming in Chinese. Unfortunately, I don't understand Chinese. He's probably gonna go and farm his bot side of the map now. His team's kind of far behind, but he's still strong. Like gold-wise, he's still far ahead. Just one-shot that camp. But this is gonna be a close game. So I haven't pre-watched this game. I've seen a bit of it to make sure that it's good for a recording, but I haven't like pre-watched. I don't really know what happens. Oh, that's a good flash over the wall. Clean up the Vayne and probably gonna get Nami too. Very nicely played. So it's not like he doesn't gank exactly, right? He farms and he looks for skirmishes like this. That's how he's able to generate his leads through like small fights. Oh, that was very clean by the Sad, but they're not gonna win this 4v2 now with the Shen ult. That was a good engage, but you're engaging when you're 2-man down. You're engaging a 2v4. He has his Bloodthirsters, but he's gonna go for Skull Crab too. So he just farms every resource on the map that he can, and then he just wins the fights by just being ahead. Yeah, this is a bad fight. He's pinging Steam away. Graves is incredibly good at kiting back though. So like if you're chasing into a Graves, you're dying. Like he has really good kite back with his third ability. Okay, so he's gonna go for the Tenacity boots, which is interesting because the enemies don't have like that much CC. They have the bubble, they have this, they have a few slows, but they don't have that much CC. Like Vi knockups, Tenacity doesn't help with knockups, right? So the Vi first ability and ultimate, it's not gonna affect it. Oh, he actually missed. Did he have smite? Anyway, Ashkan steals his blue with... Kinda sucks, but it's not that big of a deal. Blue buff isn't a huge deal on Graves. Red buff is. See if he's able to do something here. No, pinging seemed to back off. So he has 8,000 gold in 9 minutes and 30 seconds, which is pretty good. This is the kind of gold you want to be looking at. You want to be aiming for those 800 to 900 gold per minute games with Graves. You need to be ahead, you need to be farming, you need to be getting these kills. Graves is a very weak champion once he falls behind because he just doesn't provide much utility. He's only like stats, he's only damage and tankiness. His only utilities, he's a smoke screen, which yeah can be annoying, but it's not gonna be game changing. Like the Vi ult is gonna be game changing, so even if she's behind, it's alright. Okay, he gets his Phage now, so he's probably gonna go for Black Cleaver third item. I've seen this player really likes Black Cleaver and he praises it a lot. And he's like stream and posts. I think he really likes the Rage passive where you can just okay, Zaya actually stole his red buff, which is really bad. She should not have done that because they both get it if Graves gets it. Anyway. Here's the fight. Okay, he does smite it. Nice. They have 2 dragons now and he wants to get out. He flies over the wall. He does so much damage. He can maybe actually win this fight, yeah. They're gonna be able to. He's got in melee range with them and he's just one-shotting them. Oof. That was a big crit. He's 7-1 and 6, but the game is still very close. He secured both dragons though. So they probably have a small lead gold-wise. But nothing too insane. The game's definitely not over. Now, he really likes Black Cleaver, like I said before, because I think because of the Rage passive, every time you attack, you become a little faster. It's very good on Graves for kiting, for chasing enemies. I'm curious to see what he builds after Black Cleaver. Probably a Last Whisper item, if I had to guess, which also is recommended. Okay, he's basing now. He's going for the anti-heal Last Whisper item, which kind of makes sense because I think the enemies do have quite a bit of healing. They have Nami. They have Vayne, which heals a lot with her double like healing items. Ashkan's probably gonna be building a Bloodthirster eventually. So it's decent. I do really like the new crit Last Whisper item too. That could be really good on Graves. I think he builds it very often too. Oh, there goes Vi with the engage. Oh, she missed. Oh, she actually hits on the Vayne. The Vayne gets caught. That was a 300 IQ Morgana first ability. Oh, but he gets bursted down. Yeah, he doesn't. I think he expected a Shen ult, but Shen ulted like Karma or Zaya. Oh, they actually get destroyed this fight. And that's the comeback right there. Morgana hit the Vayne with her first ability by accident, I think she was aiming for the Vi. But that caused them all to get caught and lose this fight. I think this was a misplay by the Shen. I'm not sure what happened in the other side of the fight with Zaya and Karma. But Shen should have definitely ulted Graves there. They're probably going to lose Baron off this as well. And the score is 17 to 17 kill-wise. It's a pretty interesting setup too that he has for his buttons. Like the boots are just way in the middle of the screen for some reason. Everything else seems normal though. Okay, so there's no farm to get in his jungle. All his camps are down, so he's actually just going getting side lane farm. Like this I don't necessarily recommend doing in your games, because you should let your laners and split pushers get the lane farm. But if they're not going for it, and they're far away from it, then you have every right to go and clean that farm up. Oh, you actually missed his dash. Yeah, when the enemy team has a Baron, you probably don't want to fight them because they have insane high stats. They get like AP, AD, armor, magic resist. So you want to stay away from fighting them. But you don't want to give up too many turrets, right? You just want to clear the minions as best as you can while avoiding fights. It's your best bet. Baron Wild Rift is really strong. Good block by the Shen. See, the enemy team isn't really utilizing their Baron. Like, Vayne pushes top lane, she has an item, she bases. Now they're 4v5 on the map again. The enemy team is definitely not utilizing their Baron properly. They're kind of wasting it. They got one turret, like the bottom tier 1. And that seems to be about it so far. The dragon's gonna spawn soon. I think Baron's gonna be down for that. This is a very important dragon because if you get 3 dragons, you've pretty much won the game. Like, the stats you get are so insane. He has 13k gold in 15 minutes, so he's doing very good gold-wise. He's keeping up with that 900 minute mark, which is, as he should be doing, 900 gold per minute. With Graves, you should be 8 to 900 gold per minute, ideally. Okay, so here's spawned the dragon. Baron should have run out. So this will probably be the deciding team fight of the game. If they're able to get this dragon, it would be GG. So Vi's going with a pretty bad engage. Here comes Set. Yeah, their backline is not really able to follow. It's a terrible fight for them. Vayne is just in the front line. Yeah, that's a terrible fight for the enemy team. He's gonna clean up with Graves. So like Vi engaged by herself, then Set engaged by himself. There was no synergy there. And he did a great job at kiting them back, forcing Vayne to overextend because she used her ult, so she's like, oh, I need to go. So they managed to kill the Vayne and the Set. Now the enemy team is desperate. They're like, oh, well, we can't give them this dragon. We'll have to do it now that they're low HP if they reset and come back. So they're getting desperate. Let's see who can outsmite who. And he gets it. That's the 3rd smite in a row that he wins. He flashes on Akshan's face. He misses the ult. They're both 1 HP. Oh, he's not going to be able to get either one of them. He's going to turn around for the Vi, I guess. He should be able to at least get the Vi, right? Oh, she flashes away. He used his dash too early. That was honestly his fault. He just had to auto attack. And in case Vi flash, should like follow her with his dash and his smoke screen. So that's honestly his fault. Vi should 100% have died there. So a lot of things haven't really gone his way this game. I remember the Skull Crab incident, the little misplay here. But overall, he's making the correct decisions on where he needs to be on the map, which is very impressive. And he's playing these fights very well, micro-wise. The one team fight that he did kind of like die and they lost Baron at wasn't exactly his fault. Like if Shen ulted him there, they could have definitely taken over the fight. Okay, the enemies are threatening to do Baron. Okay, but they're not gonna go for it. Oh, they're waiting in the bush. If Vi's a little caught out, there's no follow-up on her engage. Oh, and the enemy team is caught here. This is gonna be Baron for sure. Vi and I'm both dead. He's dashing over. Oh, that was incredible. He dashes to go to the plant to be able to flank the enemy team. And that's a 4-4-0 and his head is running for his life. I mean, they shouldn't be chasing him. They should just go Baron. He really wants to get that kill. Okay, they are going for the Baron. I mean, a Baron this late into the game is just GG, honestly, whichever team gets it. Like, I don't know if you know this, but Baron stats scale as the game goes on. So you get more stats the later into the game. More AD, more AP, more magic resist, more armor. So a Baron this late into the game is actually game-changing. Like, it's super hard to defend against it. So they're just gonna run it down mid and get turrets. Let's see if they utilize the Baron better than the enemy team did. Oh, he's just so strong now. Look at that damage. I mean, he's gonna die to the ult anyway. Yep, there we go. He just does so much damage. He's so fat. 1,600 crit with one auto attack. He's gonna go for the Infinity Edge now, and he's full build. He went for pro build, which is really interesting. Does he get the extra mobility? Which I kind of get, because you don't want to get kited out by Akshan and Vayne. Yeah, I know he really likes doing pro build in versus teams that he can't just get on top of very easily. He's waiting for the red buff to spawn. Oh, monitor turned on. He gets the red buff, and Elder is in 8 seconds. They still have Baron for quite a bit, so they are gonna be able to like translate the Baron into Elder. And it's gonna be really hard to defend against Elder. Now they're gonna have both Baron and Elder for a bit too. I don't know what Vayne is doing. She's feeling herself. Oh, she just flashes in for it. Oh, this is a great fight for them because they have Elder. Shiny is ulting, yep. I mean, they just clean it up and that should be game. Ashkan is doing his best to clear up the minions so they don't have minions to end with. But there comes the surrender vote and that's it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you were able to learn something of this Graves game. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoy and subscribe for more content.